Hey everybody, it's Cameron with Enterprise today. We're here with Luke Randall.
Hey!
Luke, how have you been?
I've been fantastic, man.
Good.
Just rocking and rolling. Doing
Good, yeah, we've been following you, seeing all the things you've been up to. So we just wanted to sit down and talk today with Luke and hear a little bit about his experiences he's been having in the music industry and out in California. So we saw you on American Idol. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, it's quite an experience, you know. I was exhausted at the end of it, like super overwhelming. When I went in there, I had a friend, the person I'm renting from, she just said, hey, American Idol's 15 minutes down the road at the Del Mar Fair. So I was like, okay, I'll go try out. And I walked in and I sang and I made it to the second round. So I was like calling my friends and I was super excited, and then it became this big deal, at least like for me. And I was kind of like, this is weird, I didn't expect that. But then I went to the third round, fourth round in San Francisco. And I sang in front of the celebrity judges. It was Keith Urban, Jennifer Lopez, and Harry Connick Jr. and great people. It was so fun. I loved it. It's super nice.
Yeah, you know, we watched the thing. We saw you on Facebook, the things you were posting, and started on the local news channel, and you know, they interviewed you there, and then we saw the one where they let you go with the celebrities and things, and
yeah.
It broke all of our hearts to see that, you know, to see the emotion, the heartbreak, you know, and I'm sure it's hard to think about, but at the same time, it's one of those things that you've grown from, I bet.
Yeah, and you know what's funny is looking back on it, I look back and I see, like I cried on national TV, guilty, but when I look at it, it's true, I was feeling that way. I kind of felt like it was the end of the road. It was such a big, overwhelming event, and you go through 4 rounds before you even see the judges. So, I mean, I was with the finalists, and you go in front. They either let the crazy people or the people who are finalists. But it was so exhausting. So looking back now, I'm like, you know what? It's worked out for the best. Both opportunities, things I've learned about myself, and I mean, things I've realized just in life, so it's been great.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sometimes it takes getting knocked down to our lowest point to actually realize what we want in life and build us back up, you know?
Yeah.
As far as the experience, what we saw on camera, what goes on behind the scenes that we didn't see?
It's crazy how intense the atmosphere is. By the end of it, I slept in my car in San Francisco a couple of the nights, and then the other nights I stayed with a good friend in Davis, which is 80 miles east. But during that time, there'd be times where I was just shaking.
Yeah. And
everyone's shaking. Like, you don't eat. Like, we didn't bring food or anything, so a lot of people don't realize how physically and emotionally taxing the whole thing is. And to get to like the final stages, the 4th round, is intense, like by the time, and that's probably where some of the tears came from. I was just so worked up about this, and you get your hopes up, like I might be, you know, an American Idol, you know, it's exciting, and your community's behind you, you know, Enterprise really rallied behind me, and I'm so grateful for a community like that. You know, you don't find that anywhere.
No,
so.
nothing like a small town backing, you know, and I guess one of the things that we saw was the compassion from the judges. You know, Keith Urban, you could tell that he was really nice. Jennifer Lopez, I can't remember exactly what she said, but it was something like, "Oh, baby, you're so," you know, it's just not today.
Call me honey.
Yeah, honey. I'm
her honey. I'm Jennifer Lopez's honey. No,
hey, there you go. No. So what advice did they give you?
You know, something that Jennifer Lopez she's a sweetheart. She looked at me and she said, what you're singing, I sang a rock song, and so she looked at me and she said, what you're singing kind of clashes with what we're looking for. She's like, you have good energy, but it comes off a little too strong, you know, so a little bit of feedback in that way, you know, and I've kind of shaped my performances to be how I want them to be, but also to connect with people as best I can. And something that Harry Connick Jr. said, he said something that really stuck with me.
Yeah.
He looked at me and said, you know what? He's like, I really like you, Luke, and you definitely have a place in the music industry, but it may not be idle. You seem like you're kind of not for here. But when he said that I had a place, that meant a lot to me.
Especially coming from him, he's an icon. So with him giving you those words, it's inspiring.
It was very,
it keeps
yeah,
you going.
absolutely.
You know? So what do you see next? What's your next move?
Lately, I've just, I stepped back from Idol and I realized that was something that needed to happen in my life, having that experience, and it's opened lots of doors, and it's helped get me a little bit of attention, in a good way, like maybe some shows here and there locally, and I mean this show that I'm doing for Enterprise, I'm very grateful for that. Now I'm just, I'm kind of sitting back, I found a band, I'm jamming with people and just taking it easy, you enjoy life, and that's really what it's all about. It's not about money or fame, and maybe I actually admit that maybe I thought it was about that before I did American Idol. I felt like that was what I wanted, and now it's more about enjoying it and having a good life with music.
Oh yeah, I mean, anybody who plays music and wants to do it for a career, you have the mentality, you see the dollar signs.
Absolutely.
You want to see your name up in the lights. You want to be accepting that Grammy award,
Exactly. Yeah.
But music, really, it all comes down to the basics. It's what you feel inside. It's your way to express emotion. Good, bad, mad, sad, whatever.
Yeah.
It comes through these guitars. It comes through your voice. That's what music is when it comes down to it. It doesn't matter if you're playing for 1,000 people. It doesn't matter if you're playing for 10,000 people or if you're playing in your bedroom by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the music.
And the connections you make. I mean, you and I, we used to jam in high school. We were around the campfire. We were camping, and epic. I mean, there was like 4 or 5 people there, and we connected with music. I mean, like I just remember I was playing something up top, and you were playing some chords, and we'd switch back and forth, and that was such a memorable experience. And just singing and having fun. And that's in every way, that's just as special to me as something like doing a show like this for Enterprise. I mean, in a lot of ways, it's the music. It's not the popularity or the attention, it's what we have and what other musicians have.
Well, and it's cool to be able to come back, to your hometown, after you've been away for a couple of years and you're coming home and playing a show.
Absolutely.
I bet that's a good feeling.
It is. It's heartwarming. Like I feel like people have just wrapped their arms around me and embraced me. People in the store or wherever I go, people are like, "Hey, Luke, how's it going?" And granted, I get a little tired when people are like, "How was American Idol?" And I'm like, "Okay, I've explained this to like 9 million people.
We saw you cry on TV.
We saw you cry on TV, Luke." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a little baby." Hopefully, I've explained a little bit why. No, just kidding. But
but it's also, it can get. The small towns, it's great that everyone knows your business, but at the same time, it's bad that everyone knows your business.
I'd say mostly good though with Enterprise, because people in Enterprise are so good-hearted, and everyone has pure intentions. Like everyone just wants to build you up, and that's what I get anyways, and I get that from you, and I get that from everyone I talk to here. So
and that's what we're here. Even as Enterprise today, even though we have. We have quite a few viewers and things like that, but we want to reach out and help get you noticed, help build you up, help build anybody that we can, because that's what we're here for, is to support this town in any way possible. Have you thought about doing any other shows like The Voice or America's Got Talent, anything like that? Because in California you have a lot to your disposal.
You're close, geographically, and I have thought about it. I feel like I'm still trying to find my niche, because I feel like personality-wise, I could probably click with a show like that. I mean, I like people, I'm outgoing and energetic, and I feel like I'm pretty authentic. I don't try to be fake about, being happy, and I really am. But I think that The Voice in those shows look for people like that, but I'm always trying to build myself. I'm getting a vocal instructor in California, and I want to build. I want to keep getting better, because I know there's a lot of ways I can improve, and watching myself on TV helps me. I try not to be too critical. You shouldn't be critical on yourself too much, but there's ways to improve for everyone and to expand. I mean, it's all about getting better and pushing your limits, and really the new joy that comes when you learn a new song, or you learn a new riff on guitar, or, you pick up a new instrument. Like I've been drumming a little bit lately. I'm not super good, but that's the joy that comes from doing new stuff, and it's so fun. So get out there and play an instrument.
So what advice would you give someone that's looking to build a career, wants to take that next step, being stuck in Enterprise? What would you tell them to do?
I'd probably say, I think that living in Enterprise is an advantage, because you get to see some simple elements of life. I mean, you see kind of the simple life and how easy and happy you can be. And so advice I found mostly to myself, so I'd say to other people, is learn to love yourself and embrace who you are.
Yeah.
And that'll reflect in what you do, whether, like, whatever your craft is. If you are a business owner, if you're an actor, if you're a musician, if you're a farmer, whatever you do, you need to embrace who you are and love you, because we live in a world where social media and YouTube and things like that, people can say whatever they want, and some people just want to hurt you, you know?
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of people trying to do that. So love yourself and be true to who you are. That's what I would say.
Yeah, because you're always going to have a critic. I don't know if you've ever
Always.
watched the Jimmy Kimmel show, but he does this thing where the celebrities read the mean tweets about themselves.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so no matter who you are, you're going to have people that dislike you.
Exactly. And it seems like the more success or happiness you find,
Yeah.
you'll find a few more that are, they want it for themselves. What it is they're unhappy with where they are, and it reflects to other people. So I feel bad for people like that. And I want them to, like, just to find a way to pick themselves back up, you know? So it makes me sad. It used to hurt me, like, be offended at what people would say, but that's something maybe American Idol has taught me, that when you're up there and you put yourself out there in front of people, you're going to get some mean comments, but it's just people trying to find happiness. You know?
And it really is, but like you said, it is all about yourself. That sounds selfish, but what I mean is you've become a better person because of your Idol experience, because of not making it through the show. That may not have been what you wanted.
Yeah.
But we don't always get what we want, unfortunately.
Yeah.
You know? And we learn from the hardship.
But you get what you need, is kind of what, you know, I mean, that's what that song says.
That's what the song
You
says.
get what you need!
Exactly.
But, yeah, and that's exactly what happened. I didn't get what I wanted. I wanted fame and lights and money and, you know, millions. But what happened instead is I feel better as a person, some inner peace that I didn't have before. Because I'm like, you know what? I'm good at what I do. I'm an entertainer, and I've found my identity in that sense. But I'm also, I'm not going to, like, feel bad if I never make it to the big stage. You know, I'm happy connecting with people like we talked about.
Yeah.
Just around a campfire, whatever.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Don't get me wrong. We both love to entertain, you know, play
Exactly.
and be on stage. And that's part of life, I feel like. We want to be heard.
Well, we've appreciated your time here. And
Thank
to close,
you.
we'd like to know if you'd sing a song for us.
Yeah, you know what? I think I know just the one.
Okay.
I'm going to play one called City of Angels by 30 Seconds to Mars. It was kind of what influenced me to move out to California and kind of go for the dream. So it's important. It's a special song to me, and I hope you guys like it too.
Yeah.
Consequence against you, a weak defense against me. 17, looking for a fight all my life. I was never there, just a ghost, running scared, and here our dreams aren't made. Lost in the city of angels, down in the comfort of strangers, I found myself in fire-burned hills, in the land of a billion lights. But my veins, straight from heaven's second sight, has paid off when for a thunder, a brother and me.
City